Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amber and you are now watching my life. You're joining the family. It's not just a channel around here, it's real life. What I show you guys is just a real struggling American family. We classify ourselves under the working poor, as they say. It's not really a true thing. Some people say blue collar, but it's the working poor. We are those that we work. We both work. It's a 2-income house. Well, technically 3 if you count my future son-in-law. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Real life, a dog is into something. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But as I was stating, we are a working household. However, once we pay bills, once you pay your bills, what do you then budget? Well, if you work, you're not within walking distance. I live out in the country, in the middle of nowhere, so nothing is within walking distance except my mailbox. Hey, I'm trying to record. Okay? I'm trying to record. All right. But you're going to need to budget gas. Well, you're also going to need to budget in food. Household supplies, cleaning supplies, feminine products. There are things that you have to budget, but you always have to stop at the top and go down. What's most important? Well, my first things are typically my bills, my mortgage, my lights, my water, those kind of things. Then it's insurance for the vehicle. And speaking of vehicle, we share one. So there may be some of you out there that share a vehicle amongst you and your husband or you and your wife. At the very bottom is my groceries. My grocery budget is one of the very last things that I have up there. And that's because everything else takes all my money. So after we paid all our bills, we're left with very little. Some weeks I have absolutely nothing to put towards a grocery, to go to the grocery store. So I rely heavily on food banks. And just a forewarning, if you find yourself in that position that you're going to need to go to a food bank, please don't feel shame, okay? You're going to have those judgmental people out there, those negative Nancys. Just ignore them, okay? They're not paying your bills. They're not buying your groceries. If they want to judge you, tell them to take you to the grocery store. They can judge you after they see how much money it costs to feed a family. Because some people, they're just oblivious to it because they're doing so well off, they don't realize not everybody's making $30 an hour. There's real people out there, and we're scraping by to survive. So I have found food banks, others have found them, and I just want to share that there are resources out there. So if you find yourself saying, you know what, she has a point. We could really benefit from this. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to be, when I say poor, like unemployed, homeless. You don't have to be in those situations to need to go to a food bank. Some of the food banks I've gone to, I receive so much meat, items that require cooking. What is a homeless person that has no kitchen going to do? There's no refrigeration, there's no kitchen. How are they going to keep this food safe, and how are they going to cook it to be able to eat it? Homeless people are looking for ready meals that they can go and eat. They're going to benefit more from a soup kitchen than they are from a food bank. So just keep that in mind. I'm not taking out of someone else's mouth. When I go to a food bank or a food pantry, I follow those rules. If there are income guidelines and they need information from me, I provide all that information. If they need my ID, if they need my social, if they need everybody in the household, all that information, I provide it. Then, if I qualify, that is absolutely amazing, which I've not been turned away from a food bank yet. So that says a little that, I qualify for those income ones because a lot of food banks, your income limit is higher than it would be for food stamps. I do not qualify for food stamps. I make just a little too much to receive them. Government assistance, it's awesome. If you qualify, use it. That's what it's there for. I don't qualify. I had to find an alternative solution. And my alternative solution was my local food banks and food pantries. And some people say that, you know, when they go, there's nothing left, this and that. That's why you have to go to multiple different ones to find which one works. And sometimes they get overwhelmed and there's not much left. Maybe the donations were low and they didn't have a lot to give out. Or maybe the demand is high. Not all food banks are equal. I have noticed that. I myself have been to multiple different food banks and seen the difference amongst all of them. I go to some that they give you an entire pallet of grapes. And then I've been to that same one a month later and got just one package of everything. So it just varies. It's not something that's going to supplement you 100%. What do I mean by that? When you go to a food bank, you're not going to get 100% of everything that you need to eat for that week or for the month, however it is. But you're going to get items that you now can work around. So what I do is I shop my food bank before I even spend any money at the grocery store. Meaning I go to the food bank, I bring the stuff home, and I say, what can I make out of what I have? Well, shop my freezers, my cupboards, make as many meals as I can with what I have. And then what do I have to have from the grocery store? And a lot of times it's stuff as milk, butter, your simple ingredients, mayonnaise, and I've gotten too with like mayonnaise and condiments. So my work pays me to travel. And when I travel, it pays for me to eat out. And I take advantage of that. Meaning condiments, if I'm going through a fast food place to grab a bite of lunch on my travel, I get extra condiments. Because I do not mind opening up a packet of ketchup when we need ketchup and we don't have anything left. Be frugal. Hang your clothes out to dry. There's ways to save money, but this is more about food pantries and food banks. So yeah, don't feel shame. Ignore the negative Nancy's and get off your tush and go to a food pantry. I promise you it will change your perspective on them. I mean, they're there for a reason. So just like this past one or the one before you guys seen, I got coffee creamer. I drink a lot of coffee. So does Josh, and so do, well, my oldest daughter doesn't, but Nick and my youngest daughter, they all, so 4 out of the 5 of us drink coffee. All right. But I am back with a food pantry haul. And to show you that this one is technically on the smaller side of food pantries, because y'all have seen what I have brought in from other ones, such as just a recent one with all the meat. This one, small, but it's a huge blessing and it's a big help. So I'm going to turn you guys around and show you what we were blessed with. So we're just going to start out over here on the left-hand side. We have some Kodiak gluten-free flapjack and waffle mix Frontier Oat. Now, most people would say, I'm not gluten-free. I'm not going to use that. I'll just pass it on or toss it out. No, honey. Groceries are too expensive to toss it out or pass. Like this right here, if I say my mom was gluten-free, I'd pass it on. Now, it's a whole grain thing. My mom would not eat this. I'm just going to be honest with you. She's old-fashioned. She's a meat and potatoes kind of lady. Me, on the other hand, I eat just about anything. And looking at the back of it, what actually caught my mind was right here. Gluten-free banana nut muffins. Using the Kodiak mix, the milk, some brown sugar, butter, bananas, eggs, and you can add in some walnuts. I mean, along with oatmeal cookies. I think that I'm going to use this to make something, you know, muffins or cookies that are on the back. Same thing with this. A lot of people would be like, what in the world am I going to do with a gluten-free almond protein powder? I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to use it. I will add it into my smoothies. So you can do that. You can add it into oatmeal. I mean, there's many things you can do with protein powder to get added protein in your diet. We have one of these yakisoba. they're your ramen noodles, chicken flavor. This made me happy. Organic noodles, wide udon. And you see that date right there? It says best by 11/20/2024. It is now 2025. But as I was saying, is this made me happy because I've been wanting to try to do some like ramen, because I have watched some videos of oh, hold on, dogs were barking. I got sidetracked. But no, I was watching different videos of making like homemade ramen and doing like the jammy egg that goes in it, and I love it when an egg is kind of jammy. So I was like, you know what, this I think would be perfect. It's not enough for the entire family. That's my only thing. This right here, even if you go by the serving size, it says there's only 3 servings in there. However, I think this would be perfect if I were to just make like a lunch meal for Josh and myself. So, oh, about dropped it. So yeah, I was super excited because I really want to do some ramen. Back here we have a Topo Chico. I've gotten these 2 of them before. We have 3 lemon lime prime and 2 of the strawberry watermelon. And look back there, we do have some basic canned foods. Let's move these out of the way. Green beans, navy beans. I like to use navy beans to make homemade baked beans. If you'll let them simmer in a barbecue sauce, they take on the flavor very well. So that is what I use navy beans for, is homemade baked beans. Sweet peas, sliced beets, cream of chicken soup, sliced pears, and whole kernel corn. So really awesome additions to the shelf stable. We have a chicken and homestyle noodle soup, and then we have a small spaghetti rings. We have 5 potatoes. We have my coffee. We have 3 onions. Look at these beautiful tomatoes, guys. Check that out. I know these are probably, you know, your hothouse tomatoes. Nature Fresh Farms Canada. Oh, but look at them. They're absolutely beautiful. I can tell you right now, these 2 right here, probably just going to make a tomato sandwich and have the taste of summer a little early. They're not going to be as good as if they're fresh out of my garden, but they're really pretty. And then we have this golden yellow tomato. We have 5 apples, a bag of mini cucumbers. We have some bananas, yum. And back there we have some restaurant style tortilla chips. We have this, it's called Things That Go Pop. It's grilled corn on the cob popcorn, bursting with bold buttery flavor. We have some Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips and some French onion. We have 4 of these little snack bars. They are actually fruit bars, layered fruit bar, strawberry banana, 3 of those, and 1 of the pineapple passion fruit. And then a big 40 ounce, so 2 pounds, 8 ounce container of crunchy peanut butter. Super, super blessed to receive all of this wonderful stuff. So as you can see, this isn't enough to feed us the entire week unless we had, you know, very basic, just an apple, you know. I mean, it's enough to survive. But for someone that just, you know, you're struggling, this is a super awesome blessing to be able to stretch our food budget. I'm able to pair stuff like these potatoes. I can make something, you can do potato pancakes, you can shred them, you can do hash browns, you can turn 1 or 2 potatoes and turn it into a soup by stretching it and making like a simple potato soup. You can dice them up. I mean, there's many things you can do. Just look around. You've got some tortilla chips. So dig in your freezer. Do you have any hamburger meat? Well, maybe you're a vegetarian. So don't look in your freezer. Do you have some black beans? Do you have the stuff to do like nachos? That's what I'm thinking about doing with the tortilla chips if the kids don't eat them first. That, and I think I want to make some hummus. I have some dry chickpeas, And when I do that, I will definitely record that, because I know a lot of people don't know what to do with the dried beans and legumes we get. But the chickpeas, I like to make homemade hummus. So that's it for this video. A lot of talking and some wonderful blessings in front of you. I'm going to get off of here, enjoy this weather, and until next time, take care, my friends.